Hello everyone and welcome to this TEPPEN news video. My name is Nintendo and today guys we're just gonna go over just the update, just what TEPPEN has dropped in. It's a very small update. I know we've already gone over just the patch notes and all that. We've already discussed that, but it's what else they threw into the mix. So as you'll see, we're already in the ranked match for Val Hazak now. So the patch has gone through and everything, all the updates are done. So the newest thing that they've actually done for the TEPPEN right now, and this is really good to help new players. If you're a new player and you want to get into this, they've given you incentive to help you get cards, specifically a legendary card. So we'll show it. So what they've done is they've thrown in the quest board. So this was brought up in the patch notes. I thought about doing a video on it, but I figured it might just be easier to talk about it once the patch is already out, so you can see what the quest board looks like for new players. As for returning players, and like myself and many others, this really doesn't matter to us, but what matters is probably just getting the Zenny and the souls. Like, you know, those things that matter to us. Anything else is just extra for the stuff, but for new players, this is important because this gives the incentive and drive for new players. Like, okay, I do this, I can get, tick off the quest board. So, for instance, you got tasks to do on the quest board. So your goal here is to get Fate-Defying Ryu, legendary from core, and it says here, open a card pack for 20 souls. For the card Titsi Yaku, you clear 7 difficulty 1 beginner quests in Chronicles. Now, if I'm trying to figure this out correctly, it's either you clear difficulty 1, clear number 7 of difficulty 1 beginner quest in Chronicles. Take a look at the beginner's guide page to earn that one. Clear 3 difficulty 1 beginner quest in Chronicles. Clear 1 mission. Clear 5 difficulty plus 1 beginner quest in Chronicles. You get a nice little icon there. And the last one I've got is clear 1 difficulty 1 beginner quest in Chronicles. I've already done 2. That was just merely me logging into the game, and 2 was automatically locked. So if we were to sort of go by what it offers, so we can do this. I'll open up a pack. Alright, we'll just try my random luck. Maybe I can get a secret, who knows? No secrets, but who cares? But I mean, I care, but oh well. What are we going to do about it? But anyway, alright, so we get... Ooh, I get a shiny demonic eater. That's cool. So we opened up a pack. And now the quest board is lighting up with a +1 on it, as you can see. I have done one of my quests. I clear it off, and I get my free souls. And the image slowly reveals the Fate-Defying Ryu card. So, in the process of things, I'm just trying to see what else is pretty simple right now. I need to clear missions. Some of this stuff I'm going to be able to clear off when I do my stream tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow, guys. I guess we're just playing rank as it is tomorrow. I don't get it in the pack I wanted, but we pulled a secret, so... I wonder if it's a secret I don't have enough copies of. No, I'm pretty sure I got 3 of them. But hey, look, Chris. Chris Redfield. Cool. So my quest board is still full there. So right now we need to do a difficulty 1 quest. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward this video. Well, I'm just going to jump to it. I'm going to get through all of these as fast as possible. And just showcase what happens at the very end. Alright, so let's look at the beginner's guide. Press the battle button apparently, and bang. Alright, so we look at the beginner's guide. Welcome. What element of hero best fits you? So, you know, they're really going all out their way to help new players who are trying out this game, starting off. Here's what you do. Cards used in battle. Learn each hero's playstyle. You guys, when you're playing, you can definitely go for this yourselves. Look, I know what I'm doing. But if you're interested in a video that is all about explaining how TEPPEN works, please feel free to hit me up. And I mean, I can try to. I'll try and see if we can actually get a video explaining how to play TEPPEN for definitely all you new players. But this really is the quest board is really nice to help out those new players. Alright, so I need to clear number 7 on the beginner quest in Chronicles to get the Titsuyaka. So let's do that. Okay, so these are the new beginners. So it's asking me to get 7 done. So the idea is, well, and the thing is they're locked. We can't really do any of the others until we finish the first one, apparently. So I'm gonna fast forward. We'll get through some of these, and then we'll showcase the reveal of the board. Actually, hang on. Let's see. What does this say? Win against Dante. Welcome to the world of Teppen. Your first step begins here. To all uni players. When a unit attacks another unit, they both deal damage to each other's HP. Predicting whether your unit will survive or perish once this happens is key to victory. Look at deck. Oh, you know what? This is an actual proper intro for the game. You know what? Let's just title this video, How to Play Teppen for New Players. Getting into this game. If this is what I think it is, let's do it. Let's get you new players in here, show you what this game is like. And of course, I'm pretty sure you're probably wondering, welcome to the new studio. Again, I changed it. I have a weird thing about myself where I just like, I change things, but I'm never usually half the time satisfied. Then and there. Alright, so we're looking at the hand. This is obviously, we're gonna just run with the hand that it gives us because this is a tutorial. This is a beginner part for the Chronicles. Ryu's gonna talk. These matches are always sort of set up so, you know, Dante's weak. So we're going to, we'll wait for the mana a bit. We're like, I'm not too scared. We'll drop Sean. Sean does nothing, so don't worry if you're worried about wondering what Sean can do. Neither does Claire. Right now, the cards we have no effects. They're just basic units. And it looks like I have nothing to draw out of the deck. So I have to rely on what I have in my hand to play. I did not know that. Now that I look at my... Oh, I actually have to rely on what's in the hand to beat the opponent. So, what you want to do is you want to make sure your blue lines can hit your opponent to face, deal the damage that they deal, and units trade with each other. So there's the real-time aspect of it. I couldn't play carpet. Okay, that's the first part done. That's the first Chronicles out of the way.
Keep on fighting. I know the answer lies ahead.
With Ryu, thank you Ryu, and free 20 Zenny. So like for new players, definitely this is a good incentive for you guys. Like if you're trying to figure out new stuff, you do these Chronicles. You get free stuff. Quest, utilizing units and action cards has been unlocked. Why don't you give them a try? So now we have access to the next quest. And it already rotates them down. When it's already completed, it rotates it down. So we'll go through this one. Alright, so congratulations. You now understand how calculating damage works. Next, let's try using action cards. If you don't know what the card does, tap it to see its effect. So, let's go over actions in this game. Because actions is where the game sort of has any other card game turns. But like I said, with Teppen, it's really no turn-based. It's just real-time strategy. Like, it's just, I play cards in the field, I have to react to what my opponent's going to do. But let's not jump the gun. Alright, we're going to figure out cards. So, let's look at the deck, which compromises of Sean and Detonation. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I didn't look at the deck before, so I probably should have done that the first time. But here we go. So, we're going to look at how to use your action. So, we have 2 cards only for this entire battle. So let's see what the opponent plays.
Show me what you've got.
You'll get no mercy from me.
How you doing, Chanley? Alright, so our mana is at 4. So we're board locked. So we have Detonation and we have Sean. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate the Detonation card and drop it on the unit. It deals 6 damage, it has 5 HP, it destroys the unit. And then we play Sean. And I'm assuming the CPU's not going to play a unit. And Sean can hit for free. But in a better situation, play the unit first. Don't do what I do. Play the unit first. Before their unit hits your unit, is generally how we generally play Teppen, is before their unit is about to hit that frame just before you activate your actions and blow the unit up. Or generally, you do it when your unit's about to hit them. So like if they can't stop the action, you get your unit has a free hit because it's like right before the end. So quest, understand the active response and AMP has been unlocked. Alright, now we move on to quest number 3. Win against X. Careful, your opponent is going to use an action card as well. Action cards resolve in reverse order, so those that are used last activate first. AMP is the MP given to both players at the start of the active response. So when we do an active response, or whenever someone activates an action card, you're given 2 free mana and it's coded blue. Your mana is gold, but you get 2 free as blue. And as you progress through, as you get better at the game, it comes down to, do you have to activate in response to your opponents? But that's later on when you get better at the game, when you come to understand the fundamentals of the game better. But as of right now, we're going through just the basics of this game to help you get you guys out. Alright, so we'll look at the deck. We've got 3 detonations. As you can see here, immediately, just by looking at this card, which I probably should have done before, it tells you, tap the yellow text to see what the effect does. Tap on the picture to expand it. Only applicable cards you earn. That's true. Tap the blue text to see the card details. Okay, thank you. So, I can zoom in on a card. Not a big deal. Sean doesn't have any effects, but when we get to a card that has effects, I can actually go into details about that. But right now we can't. We're just playing a basic card and detonation. So, looks like we're going to verse X, and we're going to probably drop Sean. We'll probably let the mana increase. Drop Sean. Activate our detonations in time to... because X is going to activate some actions in response to us. So we have 30 HP. So we can sort of play this a little bit. Alright, so he's going to give the unit 4 HP. See, now we got 2 AMP, which is the AMP, which is blue. So now we can respond to this. So what we can do is we can drop a detonation, which costs 2. So technically, I never used any mana. It was the 2 free. I can pop his unit for free without having to spend any actual mana. And now I can play my unit. And now I have 2 detonations. So if he does drop a unit, what you can do is wait and hover stuff over just before the attack line hits. If they play a unit, you can drop your action on top of that unit.
I will keep on fighting.
But that's more advanced stuff, but hovering is another good tactic to do. Alright, so that's beginning of part 3. Alright. Moving on, using hero art. So every hero... okay, we'll just read it anyway. Win against hero. It might be a good time to learn about the hero arts. A hero art is a powerful attack that your hero can use. When a card is played, the MP used becomes AP. Once you have enough AP stored up, you can unleash your hero art. Figure out when to use your hero art and use it to gain an advantage. So, basically, every hero you play has a hero art. And it costs a certain amount of AP. Every card you play, every action you do, accumulates to that AP total. So for Ryu, who we're most likely going to be using, to do Shinku Hadouken costs 20 AP. So every time I do an action, you add to it. And once you hit 20 and over, you can then unleash Shinku Hadouken, which does 7 damage to any unit your opponent has that you can target. Again, there's more in-depth stuff when you can't target cards, but that's advanced stuff. Alright, so let's look at the deck that they're giving us. All it's giving us is DJ, Waka 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 DJ, who does absolutely nothing and has an attack of 2-5, but he's a cost of 3. So, let's start the battle and see what the hell the match actually gives us. I figured it'd be a little more in-depth with more in the deck, but thing is that we have one card to rule them all. Alright, see, our AP in the bottom left corner, you can see, I'm going to tap it and it's sort of blinking, is 18 out of 20, okay? Now, here's the thing, that X has got 4 attack and 7 HP. The DJ will not survive because he has 5 HP. He can survive 1 attack, but he won't get through. So what you do is you take your hero out, you line it up the shot, and... you blow the crap out of their card. And then DJ... hits for free. And that's how you use hero art.
I know the answer lies ahead.
Thank you, Ryu, for that in-depth coverage. Alright, I got all those missions there that I have to eventually do, which I'll most likely try to do on stream tomorrow. Okay, quest. New quest has unlocked. So we still got another... oh my gosh, there's a lot of quests in here. But that's fine. We're going to get through... we're going to keep doing these. This video has become a tutorial video for new players. We're going to do this. Alright, win against Feline. Did you notice the 2 squares to the right of your hand while you were battling? That's your X pocket. If you didn't notice that, now you know. It's an extension of your hand, allowing you to hold up to 2 extra cards. Let's learn how to properly use them. I know, for instance, Malamugu wants that to increase to possibly 3 to 4 because he likes to play a deck that requires a bigger pocket, but 2 is where we're at. So now we're playing Albert Wesker, and I guess we're just going to utilize... Stop telling me that, game! A card called Ruthless Retrieval, which it gives one random unit from your graveyard +1/+1, and it returns it to the X pocket. So we're going to see that in action of what the card does and how it plays out. I can also tell you that this card never gets played. But for this, we're going to find out how to play it. Hello, Feline. Okay, so... So here's what's going to happen. I am not going to activate the card just yet, because more than likely, as you can see, my graveyard is 0 and my deck is 0. So now that the unit is dead, now I activate Ruthless Retrieval.
Your struggles are futile.
We go get back that unit. And there it is. And now he's come back with a stronger attack and defense. And like that, we are able to block the attack, kill my opponent's monster, and my unit has a free walk down the lane to smack him in the face. It seems so, Wesker. It seems so. Alright, moving on. So next is winning with play effect damage. Okay, green units quickly become massive walls that block your path. It's at times like these where play effect damage is crucial. Use them to destroy any obstacles before you. Okay, so we're going to look at the deck. We're playing Ryu again. So the card we're going to utilize is Sakura. She is now, this is effect. Now I can explain a couple things here. So she's a 5-cost, 3/5 unit. She's got human. Here's the effect when played. So you probably want to know what the fuck when played is. So when played, when you see cards have the when played of text, it's triggered when using the MP to summon a card from your hand or X pocket. This effect does not trigger if the unit is brought to the field by any other means. If you somehow brought the card back from the graveyard straight to the field, her effect, which is deal 2 damage to the unit front, does not trigger. The only way that's going to work is it comes from your hand or X pocket. So, for instance, like black, if you can bring it back to the X pocket, then you play her from your hand, you get her effect. But you really want to bring that back. But I'm just pointing out just how you would do this. So this is how this card works. Okay, so we're going to show you how it works. So most likely this unit's got some decent HP, and we need to pop it down a little bit.
Our fists will do the talking.
Maverick in sight. Legally no choice.
I'm a human, not a maverick.
Prove to me what you're made of.
Okay, so the X has 3. So it says unit in front, right? So you need to calculate which unit you should pop. So if I drop her here on the unit that had the least amount of HP, and she does 2 free damage, I get to hit the unit with that 2 free damage. Then she blocks the incoming attack damage from the card, and my attack is already 3. So effectively, Sakura is a 5/5 unit. 3/5, but she has 2 free hits. 2 plus, basically. She will hit for 2, and then she'll hit for another 3. So that's how you sort of want to calculate it that way. You always have to, when you do on-play damage effects, you need to calculate sort of like the field, what your unit can do, how much damage, free damage they're going to output, and then you try to work how you place on the field. Next quest. Win with flight. Oh joy, have fun. It seems a green unit has done what it does best. Create another wall to hinder us. It's best to avoid fighting them head-on when it gets like this. Instead, utilize flight to fly over them and deal direct damage. So, flight is a mechanic in this where, you give unit flight, or it has flight, and they'll always go over the opponent's unit and hit face. When their unit hits your unit with flight, the unit with flight will block. Always will block. But every time that you hit with flight, you always bypass their unit and hit face for free. So, we're going to play Rathlos, we're going to look at our deck. So, the unit we're going to play is Baroth. Its effect is flight. If the unit directly across cannot block flight, attack the hero directly. Block attacks from units with flight. So if you attack a unit that's also flying on their end, obviously you're going to collide into each other. That's your opponent blocking you. But as long as they don't have a unit with flight to block your attack always goes through. All right, Wrathy, let's go.
I'll take you on.
Alright, so they got 4/4 attacks. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to wait for 8 mana. So I'm gonna take that much damage, and now I'm gonna drop 1 Barath and drop another one. So my Barathas are now going to block 2 of the lane's attacks. Alright, they do insect 1, but I can fly over them, hit Chun-Li face for free. So in times when you want to set up a field, sometimes you have to not be afraid to take damage. Hey, look at that. You actually get level increase on your characters that have not reached maximum level. So yeah, that shows that I have not played Rathalos a lot. But yeah, so as long as you sometimes you gotta save mana, you gotta take those hits, so then you can do play setups. Obviously with this I didn't really need to worry about that much, but I figured I'd just wait for 8 mana and drop the both units pretty much at the same time. Alright, shield your enemies' damages. So, shield. It's a powerful ability that lets you avoid damage once. Keep in mind the order of the active response, using your action card that gives shield at the optimal time. So let's have a look at the deck. So this is all about learning how to use shields, which is green specialty. Alright, so we have defensive stance, which gives shield to a friendly green hero. So this card actually is for the hero, not a unit. So you can actually put a shield on you, but you have to be a green hero. Wall jump gives shield to a friendly unit. So if you're running a dual color deck, this shield, as long as it's green and whatever, the wall jump can be put on any units. Doesn't matter if it's green or not. And our other unit we're playing is Azurus, which is just a monster with 3/2/5. So let's have a look at the match, and we'll calculate and we'll see how things go. Most likely we'll have to put the shield on us to block an attack, play the unit, play the shield on the unit to block some damage, but you get knocked out some free damage. So I'm on 3 HP and Jill's on 2. So that means we have to definitely use this defense stance on ourselves.
Finished. Give up already.
And that's why you kind of wait for a bit. So now I have to, okay. I have to give myself the shield because my action is last. It will activate first. That means I block that 3 damage that would have instantly killed you. Now we be a little patient, I think. Maybe. Alright, maybe not. Alright, so we'll play the unit. So now we got a shield. What we want to do is we want to ensure that this unit can survive.
Preparations complete.
And this is the thing about being a defensive. You need to wait for your opponent to do action first. That way, your responses go first, ensuring that if they do something like this, which was the detonation card we used before, that shield completely nullifies the detonation damage, and it nullifies any damage in general for one turn. That's the power of shields. They are very strong indeed. Just to negate damage fully for just one complete attack. As you can see, yeah, so I took no damage because I activated in response to the Jill, not before. If I had done any of those shields before, the Jill would have destroyed the unit or hit face for free. So you've got to know when to do your actions in response. In green, it's always easy. It's always a good idea to drop shields down. All right, seal your opponent's abilities and win. All right, use seal on an enemy unit that has an effect to cancel it out. So another thing green has a lot of is seals. If you're wondering what a seal does, again, okay, this is now a proper effect. So when played, so this has got the when played ability, so it can only be played from your hand in order to activate its effect. If it's brought back any other way, its effect does never triggers. Seal. It nullifies all abilities and effects on a unit. Units can still gain effects after being sealed. So, if their unit is got an ability like flight, for instance, okay? And we'll go into the match and we'll do a showcase as well. If they got flight, I play Titsuyaku in front of that unit. I negate the flight, so the unit immediately is now on the field. It no longer flies over, and they both collide with each other. But your opponent, even though it's been sealed, can re-give it a new effect or the same old effect. So sometimes you got to know when to do your seals, when to play them. But it still keeps the unit on the field.
Yes, I have no choice. I won't hold back.
Commencing battle operation.
Alright, so we're going to versus X versus 0 purple matchup. So here's what we're going to see. We're going to see. So he plays the bat. As you can see, its attack is 4 and defense is 2. So what we want to do is you want to drop Titsi just before the impact hits your face. So you immediately trade with it. Generally, when you do that stuff, your opponent doesn't have a chance to react to what you're doing. Because the seal is instant, there's nothing he can do about that. Because the effect is just, it's instant. You can't react to it. But that's probably one of the best ways to sort of block damage that they could get for free if you time your sealing that Titsuyaku card right. And stopping a unit that has flight. And pretty much used my example. I didn't know it was going to be a flight unit, but hey, there we go. Alright, next quest. Utilize Halt and Resonate trigger together and win. Another wall of a unit has appeared before you. However, fret not. Halt will stop them in tracks, rendering them unable to counterattack, and making them no longer a threat. Utilize Halt and Resonate together to rack up those wins. Alright, so we're playing the Seductive Expert Morrigan. Hello. So, we've got 3 Dark Holds in the deck. This card is a 3 cost. It inflicts Halt on the enemy unit for 13 seconds. When a unit has been halted, any unit has been halted, they cannot counterattack. They take the damage. Your unit that attacks them does not take any counter damage. It's basically, we have a new ability in the game called Crush. It's basically the Crush for Crush, but this came first. So once you halt a unit, and you got a unit coming at them and you halt it, your unit can hit them for free, basically, and their unit takes the maximum damage, and they can't do anything. Their attack line, no matter where it was across the board, will always be reset to 0. And honestly, we feel like that probably should not happen anymore. Their attack line should probably just stay, not be completely reset. But that's just how Halt, that's how Halt works right now. But that's just something to look into. Like the attack line that they have should not reset. Ibuki. Alright, so Ibuki does not have the when played, as you can see. She just has Agility and Resonate 2 HP. So, Agility. Doubles the attack gauge speed. So every unit that on the field when they attack, it takes 10 seconds from when they're played to hit your opponent. Agility makes that 5 seconds. That's a lot faster and a little scary sometimes. Resonate. Triggered when an action card is used. The effect can be activated during active responses. So, every time I do an action card, Ibuki gains 2 HP. And as you can see, there's no cap on this. So every time you do an action card, she's going to keep gaining 2 HP, no matter what. Doesn't matter. It's an instant effect that cannot be countered. It just happens. So sometimes your opponents have to deal more damage to the unit in order to get past all the HP they're gaining, or supply a good unit on the field that can just break through it. So we're gonna go up against Ami. I mean, also, you know, sealing Ibuki works as well. Removing her effect and she can no longer have a heal. So, as you can see, we've got... Oof. Okay, Stags. Okay, they're only going to hit for 2. So we'll just take the 2 damage, whatever. Because Ibuki costs 6. With Resonate, you got to be a little patient. Alright, so she's going to go in. So what we're going to do is we're going to just wait for it. Wait for that attack line to almost hit. Halt the unit. For 13 seconds, that stag cannot move. Or cannot attack. And so Ibuki gets free attack damage for 13 seconds. Alright, I've already whittled it down by this much, so ready, and just before attacking, I'll do it again. Halt it one more time. And with this, Ibuki should definitely be able to just wipe it out on the next attack. But this is how, like, big rezo plays like this. Like, you just have to, like, you're accepting the damage, and you're just halting units, and you're giving Ibuki HP. And Ibuki hits face. And that's Resonate. That's how you use that Resonate unit. Ooh, souls. Alright, what about daily missions? Win a rank match, that'll be done tomorrow. Win 2 battles with X. If they give me another quest with X, we can get a daily mission done and we can get the board cleared up too. Win 2 battles with the hero Nergigante. Give me something with Nergigante. Alright, Master Revenge. Now that you've grown accustomed to the world of Teppen, this is something that you should understand. Units with Revenge will live again. So Revenge is a mechanic in this game that I like my Revenge. People know that. I think some people know that. I like the Revenge mechanic. When the unit dies, it goes back into your opponent's deck. Or if you're playing Revenge, it goes back into the deck. It's randomly shuffled in there. You could draw it again immediately, but who knows? And it generally will come back with increased stats. And its MP cost has been reduced. So, we're playing Wesker. So, we're going to show this. So, Zombie. Revenge. When defeated, goes back into your deck instead of the graveyard. And the cost is reduced to half. Its cost is halved when it's returned to the deck. Halved MP is rounded up. It used to be rounded down, but they changed that to round it up. Because this dude was coming back at 1 MP back in the day. It was hilarious, actually. It was quite hilarious. Having Zombie come back. So we have that zombie. We have this zombie. This one's different from the other zombie. Because on death, you gain 1 MP. And Revenge gains +2 attack. I think the other zombie is also... The other zombie is different as well. It gains +1/+3. So the zombie is going to come back at a 2 cost when it dies. And it becomes a 3/6 unit. Very powerful for a 2 cost unit. To be a 3/6. This zombie comes back with just +2 attack, so it's a 5/2 for 2 cost. And we have Cerberus, which just has Revenge gains +1/+3. So at 2 costs, it'll come back as a 3/7. So these units come back stronger, better HP, they cost cheaper, and it extends the match longer because these units have revenged, they've come back, and your opponent now has to deal with stronger units, ensuring the match keeps going forward. So we're going to keep the hand. Doesn't really matter. These units are cheap. So we'll kind of just like, let's just see what the CPU does. So they drop Waka Waka DJ. This is a 2/5 and he drops Sean. So we're going to casually wait. So we're playing defensive here. Alright, so I'll play this zombie, and when it dies, it gives me mana. So I get some free mana. I'll drop a zombie here. We'll drop another. Because my unit died while attacking first, I took damage because the DJ still was alive. So it does 3 damage to the Cerberus, and charges his AP. That's fine, we're not too fussed about it. We'll play Zambino down here. And as you can see now, I got one of those dogs back, but now he's a 2 cost. And now he's got better stats. So, let's get my MP coverage rolling. You know, that's alright. We'll let that go through. I get mana. I didn't mean to do that, actually, my bad. They may be cheap, but you just gotta time your placement of units right. Man, he's just like targeting that top lane. Now, when units have revenge die, once they come back and they get the next revenge cycle, that is it. They will not come back a second time. You have a revenge unit a 1 time only. Revenges only last 1 time only. So you gotta know when to play your revenge units, and know when they're not gonna come back. So now we'll just block here. Now we'll play up here and like this, and I'm basically down to all the revenge cards in the deck. Dan hits for 1 for free, so we'll play dogs. And because they have so much HP, these Dans really won't stand a chance. And because they come back with their buffed attack. That's kind of how revenge works. Look, I clearly wasn't doing anything great. I wasn't doing anything spectacular. Showing how it works, but this is how a revenge cycle works. You're able to overwhelm your opponent because you're able to keep getting units back whilst their units are permanently dying. Woo! And for the final one, win with sacrificing life. Sacrifices are necessary in order to quell your opponent's threats. While maintaining your remaining life, sacrifice life to conquer all who stand before you. Alright, so we're going to play Nergigante. Sweet. So the card they're talking about is this one called Murderous Spikes. So it's a 2-cost action. You sack 3 of your own life, and you're able to destroy an enemy unit with 2 attack or less. Generally, a lot of units in this game have a base average attack of 2. 2 to 3. Even some like legendary cards. They generally are a 2, 3, maybe a 4 attack. But a lot of units in a deck in general, not legendaries or just every card, every unit, epic, rare, common, whatever, the general base attack is 2. The Murder Spikes can generally knock out a lot of cards. All you have to do is give up 3 of your life to do it. This card called Fang, he's just a 3-cost human 2/5. Okay, he does nothing. Anyway, let's start the battle and just see how things go, shall we? Alright, we're fighting the Great Wyvern Wrath. What's up, buddy? I'm the Legend Eater. Alright, so Flame Stag. Unit has got 2 attacks, 16 defense. Very strong to deal with, very hard. But if I simply just do this, I give up 3 of my life. I sack 3 life to pop their unit, and Flame Stag, if I'm correct, is a unit that costs 7 or 8 MP. But it has a lot of HP. But that's a worthwhile trade to give up 3 life to get rid of that unit and have my unit hit for free. Yeah, you tell him, Nergigante. Alright, and that's the level clear. And it tells you, next level. Okay. We have definitely a lot more stuff here to go through. Cool! Cool. Let's save this for the next video, guys. We'll go through Master Explore, Growth, Ascend, Memory, and Understanding Tribes. These mechanics in the game are like the main aspects are like a very, very need-to-know basis because a lot of decks revolve around these effects. We'll go through that. Do we have more out of curiosity? No, this is the last part. So we'll go over this in the next video. And we'll go over the quest board. As you can see, now it's light up to 5. Oh, sweet. I've done everything I need to. So now we get to clear everything. Get a new player icon. And bam. Just like that, you get a free legendary Fate-Defying Ryu. Number 2 has been unlocked. Why not try it out? Alright, so we have only 4 right now. And as you can see, I already have like 2 already unlocked. And the next card is Xeno'jiiva, a 8-cost epic 2/12. Honestly, they probably could have given a better card. But nonetheless, this is a free card. It's only a one-of, as we can see. So everything that I've done, all the stuff, all that, as you can see, I had 20 in here. Everything is here for me. Everything I just did, and I can claim that. I'll claim all of that, and we have everything unlocked. And that just goes to my total coins and stuff like that. If you're curious about the card they gave you, identifying cards. Cards you own, cards you don't own, but can create, and cards you don't own and cannot create because you don't have enough souls. Souls is the currency for cards. I have a lot of souls, so just accept that. We just accept that. I don't have as much as Iowa. Dude has nearly 1 million, but I have a steady 77,000. Sorry, I nearly have a steady 100,000 souls. But nonetheless, this is the currency for cards, and you spend your currency, which is I can see reap or craft. If I can craft the card, I will craft it. I'm going to actually go over to a card that I probably can craft because I do not have enough copies of it. You cannot craft hollow cards. They have to just be randomly unlocked out of the shop or given as just like prizes and all that crap in the game when they just give you stuff. But you can always reap a card to get some souls back. I never need to reap because I don't need the souls. That's just a fact. I just have enough. But we're looking at a card like, okay, here we go. Albert Wesker. Never had this card for like 3 seasons. But you spend the souls. I'll do it here just to showcase it. You spend whatever. It costs 800 souls. Fine. Spend that and it counts up to 2. You can only have 3 of every card in the in the pocket. You can only, well, in a deck you can only run 3 of a card, but you can have as many copies as you want outside. I really need to get rid of that thing popping up. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate this. This has been the TPN News guide for beginners, basically. I mean, the game kind of does it, which is really good now, because it didn't really have this, but it's really nice that they do have it now. But yeah, guide for beginners and all that stuff. Cheers for watching. We'll be back with part 2, and we'll go over some other new interesting mechanics the game offers. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Have yourself a nice days, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.